Hello and welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the little delay there. Hope everyone at Mars's stream enjoyed it. I have bad news. Georgia's not with me. But that's okay. I'm here. She'll be fine. She's just resting. So let's get this going. Her and I, would typically be the active game developers for the game Bushwhacker 2, Codename Entertainment's oldest running game. I'm the programmer and the other stuff, and she does the art. And so I will lead the stream showcase. Oh, before, almost forgot. Sasha's behind the scenes moderating the chat today. Thank you, Sasha. As always, you can find a coupon code on the top left corner of the stream, which you can redeem in-game for a quest or satchel to supplement your adventures across Bushwhackia. A croissant. It is floaty flamingos, ! Because you might have noticed there are floaty flamingos to train, which will be covered later. Don't worry about it. Just catching up in the chat. Got some familiar faces. Hi, Jelly Snail. Hi, Fly Baby. Hi, Nanaimo Island. Hi, Printmaker. Yeah, you're right, Printmaker. I is the Nick. She is the Georgia. Jelly Snail is offering a background tutorial. Fun. As you will soon find out, Jelly Snail is very good at slapping them backgrounds into their coloring sheet submissions. And I've alerted Aeromat. I've interrupted their rant on the chat. Hopefully they'll come join us. All right, let's do the submissions. It's a shame George isn't here, because leading the way is Jelly Snail with so this might look familiar because last week Jelly Snail did this Georgia sketch, but the coloring was different. So they just were compelled to do a more accurate hair, skin, sweatshirt, and ear color, or headset color. However, the black and red headset was more accurate. I don't know if I've ever seen her wear the sweater. But yeah, she has blonde hair. Whacked Crafter. We're not canceled. Sorry to worry you. Take some water. Nothing like Victoria tap water. All right, well, thanks, Jelly Snail, for giving this edit. I'll make sure Georgia sees it. She's got to see it. She'd appreciate the likeness. Next one, I believe, is also yours, Jelly Snail. It's the Husky Pup, which was the coloring sheet from last week's stream. And we got the actual dog sled team. Huskies are bred originally, I think, for dog sledding. And you might have noticed that the description for the Husky Pup in the game and on the coloring sheet page is that it still rides in the sled because it's too young to be on the thing, on the pulling the sled. But no, Jelly Snail says it's old enough. This dog is pulling the sleigh, or like trying to stop it. It's not really running, but that's very cute. Fitmin 10 seems to be doing a good job here. Really chill. Also, Jelly Snail's offering to do the background tutorial. Look at this background here. It's excellent. And you've like moved the dog around to be more in position. Super good. And I see you've tied in the colors for the background with, I'm assuming this human's named Fitmin. So Fitmin here has the blue jacket, blue in the logo, and the red sled, red border. Excellent work here. Also, hello. Oh, whoa, look at this. You've got a texture on the logo here. Looks excellent. Very excellent. Yeah, Printmakers noticed that I added the stream since muted counter. I believe it's 3. I think I made that awful stream joke, muted joke at the beginning, at least 2 times. Not including today. I didn't do it today. It was too old. I did remember my allegedly bathrobe, someone called this. It's a cardigan, but it looks like a bathrobe, so you can have that. Yeah, Printmaker. Was it you? I don't know who did it. Whacked Crafter, Georgia's taking the afternoon off to recuperate, just catching up on some sleep. She might have some mild illness. Definitely not the COVID, don't worry about that. But she just needed to take some time off. She was doing the thing that I've done in the past too, where you feel run down, so you take some time off. You get frustrated that you're not doing anything, and then you're like, I feel good enough, and then you burn yourself out extra the following day because you're not actually at 100%. So she did that. So she's taking some time off. Don't worry about her. She'll be fine. We'll see her next week. Yes, thank you, Printmaker. The code is exclusive to Bushwhacker 2 for a dope arse Quester Satchel. All right, thanks, Jelly Snail. Your submissions are always so good, as per usual. Love this one. Love how you tied the color scheme in, and the positioning in the background are magnifique. Julie has another gel pen submission. This looks very cool. I love this. I'm gonna say this is burgundy. Well, it's kind of like a red wine color. What is this? But like the reds and browns here are going really good, and it makes the blue of the eyes and her signature Julie cursive really pop here. I dig it. And very, very light coloring of the interior of the ear, but it's not quite white. They added like a kind of silver. That's a silver gel pen. I guess it's the same color as the face and the tummy. Looks very good. Nimo Island says, Julie's work is always super. Julie always knocks it out of the park. Printmaker agrees it's maroon. Let's go with maroon. Well, the paws are the maroon or the body's the maroon? Julie won't be joining us. She has to change the schedule. I hope She enjoys the new schedule. Hope it's not a bad thing. Is the code misspelled? Flaming. Oh no, it's 2 G's. Well, you got me. No. I mean, if you redeem it, that's it. I copied that right out of there, so I'm assuming that's correct. I can't even double check it. I already redeemed it on my account. Flamigos. Hope that's not a bad word somewhere. Anywho, let's move on. Thank you, Flybaby, for pointing that out. Thank you, Julie, for the submission here. It looks great. Love seeing the physical mediums like gel pens, as always. Next, we have Nanaimo Island. I believe in Nanaimo Island's email, they said the coloring, the palette is mimicking their adorable little yappy dog right here. I forget the term you used to describe your dog in Nanaimo Island, but it was quite endearing. Maybe I can find it. Yappy Pappy Bentley. That's very cute. So that's Yappy Pappy Bentley. Black and white dog. You've done a great job actually drawing in all the details here, because you can see that Yappy Pappy Bentley's got some spotty hands, spotty muzzle. You got the spotty hands, spotty muzzle. Very good. And this simple, like very simple background. It's blurred. I don't know if you took like a something, because it looks like there's something blurred out here, but it's really good just to tie in the palette, but not overwhelmed. Dig it. Well done. Yeah, that's why it's called Pappy, because it's a papillon. Papillon. Papillon? I hope that's what's... I hope that's it. Oh, twinsies! Do you also have a papillon? That's cute. Nanaimo has no idea how they did the background. Ooh. It's lost knowledge. Well, however it happened, it looks great. Good job. Papillon? Oh... Thank you. It's like the double. Is that like a? I think in like Spanish, double L is like a Y sound. It's a Spanish dog. It's French. Oh Nelly. For butterfly. Oh right, this came up. Yeah, because it's French for butterfly, and if you look at the dog's head, it's like big butterfly wings. You can see my cursor, right? Yes, you can. Very cute, very adorable. Love how you took this black and white palette and still made it pop and look very intentional and very cool. Well done, Nanaimo Island. Thank you. Next one is... Oh yeah, the physical scan. So the last one we saw was digital. And then this one is... Looks like it's marker. Is that marker? Well, it might be a bit mixed. This tongue looks really cool, especially. Is that... It's a little purple in there? Yellow teeth. This dog needs to brush. These eyes are fun. These are fun eyes. Kind of reminds me of one of those old school cartoons. And I see you've added a lot of extra hair in Papillon fashion. Well done. Oh, Actor says it looks stoned. Oh, maybe. Is there like dog nip? Catnip for dogs? Happy Pappy. Bird. What is the word? Who's saying that? Oh yeah, Happy Pappy's the title. Excellent job. I love seeing the double submission for a physical and a digital medium. It's cool seeing these to compare back and forth. I like that. Thank you, Nanaimo Island, for both your submissions. These are wonderful. Oh, we got one from... Oh yeah, this is me. This is mine. I did this one. So I was actually trying to do, I've got a calico cat. I think I told you folks that we adopted two rescue cats. One of them is a gray calico, and this is kind of the palette that she's got on her fursies. So I made a calico dog. Yeah. Gradient in the eyes. Same gradient in the background. Thank you. I stole the gradient background idea from someone else here. I actually added a very faint sepia to the background. It doesn't really show, but it's very subtle. You can kind of see the corners get a little darker. Just wanted to make it a little more focal, I guess. Thank you. I kind of like calicos because it's just like got color wherever. It's just mismatched cat. Now it's a mismatched husky. You can see like the ear tufts are different colors too. Look at you sounding all arty. Thank you. I'm desperately trying to keep up to Georgia. And you folks. You're all so arty. One criticism for my own was I think I should have kept the logo words all the same color. I think I should have just gone with the purple. Splitting it, just don't like it. Yeah, that's mine. Next one. Thanks, Nick. Great submission. Fagris. We got a digital submission here. We have the typical Fagris true border, true logo in here. And it's a little strange, but I really love that you've done this kind of like a lavender fuchsia. Not fuchsia. Fuchsia's like pink. Lavender, like the whole dog's that. You've changed the color of the ears, but you've added this like speckle. It kind of gives me like, it's like a purple Dalmatian, but like really faint. It's like you just peppered the dog here. And then classic red tongue, pink nose, and orange eyes. It's really neat. This is fresh. And, oh, you've done the, what do you call that? It's a gradient background, but it's like from the center. It's like reverse sepia. It's very cool. Oh, Whackcraft says, about time, Nick. Good job. Thank you on my submission. Thank you. Sorry, I should catch up on some of these submissions. I don't think I'm missing many. Wow. So harsh. It's not harsh. Alright, dog needs some special diet food. Walkie's time, later whackers. Oh, you're not talking about this dog. Okay, bye JPL. Thanks for dropping in. Nanaimo Island. Great, fresh coloring. I agree with that. This is unique. Very cool. Thanks, Fagris. And we have one by Whacked Crafter. Husky Pup. Went for the gray pattern. We got some white-tipped ears and tail. Very cool. I like that. This is going here with the airbrush. Something airbrush there. Looks like an airbrush. Smells like an airbrush. Oh, this is cool. Like a magenta maroon eyes with a like the blue highlight. That's very cool. Oh, and you did the speckle tongue. That's cool. Nice detail. Also, I dig the like fairly muted palette. You've got this. It's kind of like, I call anything that's kind of like a light lavender blue or purple blue lavender. So I'm just gonna call this lavender. My color wheel is very simple, which is the same as the tongue you've got here. Very cool. I dig it. Simple white background, high contrast. Great stuff. Submission number 1, hinting at more to come. Oh my god. Also, shout out to the true logo. Nice airbrushing. Oh, the criticism of myself? Oh, yeah. I'm my own worst critic. That's how it works, right? Yes, airbrushing. It is airbrushing, isn't it? Love the gray monotones. Me too. This is cool. Oh, it really makes like, the more like dialed down some of the pieces are, it means you can really focus on other parts. Like you've done the eyes here. Eyes are often a great focus. I hope I sound appropriately arty when I describe these, because George is not here. Whackcrafter used the OG pupper. Oh, the angelic husky? Yeah, that's quite great. Yeah, that's very cool. 2016 represent. That was one of George's first pets. That's very cool. All right, thanks, Whacked. Let's see what your second one is. Oh, it's a funny one. Okay, so we've got the Dog Days pool here. I've already played Spot the Difference with it, but I can see we've got a gnome and a duck here, and a chocolate. It must be a candy bar. It says candy bar there. So, oops, did I do that? Do with 2 O's. Is that a thing? Is that a little reference? And then that better be a candy bar. It says this lady with her own Robo Dog. Excellent choice, Robo Dog. And the Husky Pup, and there's a little true logo hidden in the balloon here. See that? Excellent work. Excellent details. funny as always. Duty. Sure it is. Gross. Alright, thanks, Whacked. Is there another one? This is it. That was them all. Thanks everyone who did your submissions. It was a lot of fun going through these. I hope you enjoyed your Husky Pup coloring sheet. So I think George is going to whip up a coloring sheet next Tuesday, hopefully. So we'll post that then and hopefully get you to crank out some submissions for the following one. Oh, Flybaby says, very cute, Whacked. You have an eye for detail. Excellent. Tassie Lass. Wait. Dental surgery. Printmaker. Sorry to hear about the dental surgery. Hope you're doing okay. All right. Let's move on to the news. I didn't add the muted, but you've seen the days since muted. So George is not here, so you'll just have to look at my lovely game. I finally made it to the underwater zone. Made it through the castle crypts. Got my Gillyweed, which is a shameless parody on Harry Potter Gillyweed. It might even be called the same thing. I don't know. But I enjoyed that tie-in. If anyone remembers the story, how... oh, I can't talk about spoilers here. Can I? It's like 6 years old. Maybe. Well, with the old captain, you know. Sorry, Lynx is the hero. You can look at the submissions on the VOD, or we upload every video to YouTube. You can check it there. I'm not yawning. You're yawning. Okay, so the news kind of spoiled here on the UI, but the creature collector has returned with a trio of floaty flamingos. In fact, I'm riding one of them right now. So I picked the black one. There's a pink one and a white one. I don't know if anyone caught that. You don't really know if Tenelativa knows that these aren't living things, but maybe they are living things. Maybe I don't know. I mean, they're always moving. It's kind of like your own little water hovercraft. It's actually kind of pseudo incredibly on topic that I'm riding this one underwater. I guess that means it's a bad floaty, to be honest. That's kind of funny. Here, I'll so that's the event. Creature collector's back. So it's mounts this time. Do the puzzle later. So it's mounts instead of pets. So this is different. It's a lot harder to level up a mount than it is a pet. So the double XP here is very valuable. So you get double XP for this mount in particular. I did add one edit. You can't swap bonuses with a expiring mount anymore. You either have to adopt it or not. You can still level it with mount bucks and bush bucks, but you just can't swap it. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So pink flamingo, white flamingo. You talk to Tenelativa. Ooh, I leveled it up. You'll see it when you go over here. One sec, I have to adjust my chat bar. So you can level for bush bucks at Clint here. You can also spend bush bucks, and you can like to buy a level for your current mount. And if you try to swap, it says cannot swap expiring mount. So that's just a new change. I did also make it so you can, there's sorting filters and favorites for choosing the mount now. So before that was just sorted kind of like all, but backwards. But now we've got all the goodies here. You can sort by whatever. Hopefully it'll make it a little easier to find a mount to swap. Yeah, that's kind of why we don't let you swap expiring pets. It kind of takes the challenge out of this. We still let you use your mount bucks on the levels if you want, but it was, I didn't think it was quite equal to just drop 50 mount bucks and then get a level 40 for the the mini event. You still have to equip a mount to release it. Correct. Yeah, so that's not... I know that's been a highly requested thing, to just be able to swap, release mounts faster, like you can pets. That's still on my to-do list to do for a future quality of life update. Yeah, I know, boo. Next piece you might have seen is Generation 14 Pets came out on Wednesday. So that was this one. So we added 10 new, brand spanking new, well, some of them are. They are all new as pets. You might recognize some from your adventures, mostly as like critters you might find in a field throughout. But otherwise, they're brand new pets to tame and capture. You can find them in eggs from Misty's quests. And you can increase your pet collection total, which gives you unique rewards. For anyone who hasn't seen the pet collection total, you can talk to the Pegasus rep. I'd like to see my pet's progress. And look. Oh god, I unlocked the Phoenix. Oh, and DNA. Excellent. Yeah, so if you go here, go to the back, remember, shift click, shift control, then click. We'll get you all the way to the end. We got these buddies. I think they start from the anger pillar. It's a caterpillar, but it's really angry. And the prowler, some kind of snake slug thing, spikes. Kind of looks like a slug if you combined it with a puffer fish and it was puffed. And then we got Cruddy the crab, escargot, some kind of snail thing, which is weird. Most of these are actually the names that we had from these critters, which I think harkens back to Bushwhacker Classic. They were puzzle monsters, but because of that, they have some interesting names. Escargot is supposed to be like fish eggs, but it's a snail? But it's a snail, but it's actually a tentacle and a shell. It's very strange. And Puffer has a very cool animation. It'll actually like puff up and get spiky. It's very neat. And then the painted frog. We have the bald eagle, which is actually quite massive. It's very cool and probably fairly accurate in relation to the character model size. And the mongoose, impala, orca. These are all new, completely new, drawn by Georgia. Very cool. Yes, the orca flies. We don't like to call attention to that. And then some recolors you can get from Pagus for DNA. So the albino raven, crimson prowler, cobalt cruddy. Instead of escargot, it's escarmine, because carmine's red. It's red. And then a cursed frog, gray eagle, brown mongoose, albino orca, sable impala. Very cool stuff. So basic ones, there's 10 basic ones. And then there's 9 in the misc category. Yeah, so enjoy collecting that stuff. Yes, it's we try to do that, I think, every 6 to 8 months. So I think we're in the 8th area there. Let me catch up on the chat here. We have... Eva Brown says, can we not swap the pets at the end anymore? Do you mean swap bonuses for mounts? If so, no. Printmaker says, yay, new pets and new unique pets. Yes. Alex Bless says, is there any way to use more than 1 feed at a time? I don't think so, but that's also on my to-do list for quality of life update, because people like to just use a whole bunch. And when you have a whole bunch, why not use a whole bunch? Probably done the way where we have like the Bates quantity thing for the store. Oh no, I have to buy it. Hold on. Yeah, this thing. Something like this. You can be like, bam, 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 use all. But that might be a bit different because we don't really have a lot of interface in here, because it'd be like feeds. Yeah, I just have to update this UI to have a counter or something. Cause yeah, it's slow going. Cause look here, I got 40% chance for gem mods. Now I got 45. I actually think it's exponential, or not exponential, but as you get to the higher percentages, each one adds less. So eventually you will not get 100%, but you'll come very close. So sometimes you don't want to use all of them. You just want to use all of them to like, I don't know, 95. So yeah, that's on the list to add for a quality of life update. Thank you for asking that. That was Alex Beletha. Watchcrafter hatched an orcas, looking for number 2. Nice. Ooh, hatching a prowler. Excellent one. Does anyone have a favorite of the current Gen 14 pets? Escargot? What am I thinking of? Oh no, it is aptly named. Sorry, Femme Fatale TF2 has corrected me. Wow, cooked edible land snails. Cool. Whoever created this and named it, I'm sorry I corrected you to the wrong thing. You are right. Eat that snail. I guess it does imply that you're going to eat whatever this creature is, so... Whoa. Watch out. Watch out, snail. JPL says, monsters and critters need to be in their bestiary. Catch them, train them, train them different. Monsters shouldn't be our pets. Whoa, JPL. You gotta draw these lines. Why do you gotta draw these lines? I see what you're saying. But we call them companions now, and everyone can be your friend if you hatch them from an egg. My wife and I have been playing a game called Monster Sanctuary, and they have that same philosophy where you can't catch a wild one, but if you raise a monster from an egg, it's obedient. So that's the Bushwhacker philosophy. Do we still have to release it? Sorry, just catching up on questions here. Go not so bad to the end anymore. Cool. Links to the heroes working on a previous gen of pets. Just can't wait to hatch the new ones. A bestiary. Oh, JPL, are you suggesting we do a separate thing? We have like a pets thing and then a bestiary for all the monstery ones? Monsters are dangerous, rar. Waxcrafter says, escargots tastes good, but it's gross to eat. I could see that. It's a texture thing. Getting some good feedback on this, or good support for a bestiary. If you like the bestiary, tell me what you'd want it to do, or how you'd want it to work, what you'd want to see in it. Because I like the idea too. Could be something to tack on to the zoo update if it ever happens. I would love to do it after Prismatic. The pink flamingo floaty really clips with the Wendigo mask. I could see that. If you got a really big mask on, then yeah, it's gonna... Yeah, the floaty's big. Well, what part? Because it's... Is it the wings? Do the wings clip? Because you're riding pretty high on this. Wait, do I have it? I don't think I have a Wendigo mask. Better make sure to favorite my cotton candy hat. Oh gosh, I think I've avoided a lot of the... Here, this one's huge. If it is a big problem, who was that? Femme Fatale TF2. Feel free to email us a photo of it. I'm not sure there'll be much we can do with massive head masks, but we could look into it. I'll just take a photo. Well, yeah, or even just create a support ticket, and I can test it on my dev account, which has all the hats, but this account don't. Oh, Tassie got the Corey. Well done. Corey is like the 200 pet reward, or 100. It's very big. Oh, I think it might actually be 5. God, we have so many. Yeah, Alex Beth. So if we had the like incremental use thing, you could just set it to 16, buy once, and then have it apply or use once. I like that idea. That's very good. But to be fair, I mean, you couldn't just feed a horse like 17 bundles of hay all at once. It'd take a while. Yep, that's my excuse. I'm going with that. It's not realistic. This game's so real. See, Femme Fatale's with me, JPL. You can raise the monsters to be upstanding citizens. You can get a Wendigo to, you know, farm. Pull the tractor. The wheels are broken. Maybe it'll repair the tractor. Yeah, maybe it's very intelligent. It'll repair it for you. If there were a bestiary, it could end up being an event where they all escape and have to be captured. That's fun. Femme Fatale? Oh, is it like the beak of the flamingos picking the nose of the mask? That's funny. That's funny. I don't call that clipping. I call that a feature. Okay, so Biscuits de Fortune has a neat idea. The bestiary could be like an encyclopedia, kind of like the collector's book. But it has pages. Oh, so kind of like a collection book thing for all the pets. That's neat. I like it even for like a select subgroup of pets. So like the dangerous, weird monster ones. And there could be associated quests and stuff for each one to get the page. I like that. I like collection. All right, anywho, yeah, so, wow, I didn't make it very far in the news there. But yeah, so the Creature Collector is out. Do that this weekend until Wednesday. And don't forget to check out the store. They have the Unowned Mount store, which for me looks like the unicycle. The unicycle, very cool. And Peony Dragon and the Camus Dragon. Very good. Yeah, so I'll have 3 mounts you haven't ever owned. Yes, so people have asked about what the heck is this big bush tech Nick's talking about. So I'm still working on the Endless Dungeons tech. It's quite the task, but it's coming along. It's getting pretty juicy. So currently I'm working on the big/boss bushes tech. In a nutshell, I had mentioned back when the Flux Dungeons was in its infancy, some ideas to be like, you entered the zone, and it's just one big bush. You got to whack a whole bunch of times to get by. So it's that kind of thing. I'm starting off with multi-hit bushes, which I thought would be very easy, but the bush backend is implemented in such a way where it doesn't care about specific stats on a bush. So I've got to kind of grandfather that in, but also have an alternate method where it can actually track like this bush has been hit X times, which is a little spicy, but it's in the works, coming together. And once I have that, we can do lots of different things, because it means like we can add different attributes per different bush and track it dynamically. So maybe you enter the Flux Dungeon. We could even use these outside of the dungeon tech, but for example, you enter and it's like occasionally you'll get the normal bushes, but occasionally you'll get like a bigger bush and it needs like 5 hits. And then when you actually defeat it, it explodes with a bunch of more goopers and contents and stuff. So it's just more satisfying, more engaging. And then maybe there's the boss bushes. So it's just the one big bush we were talking about. And these could be tied with, you just have to hit it X times, maybe like 100 times, 200 times. Or maybe it's even you need to find each puzzle piece. And when you solve the puzzle, it'll destroy the boss bush. And then you'll be able to continue on. And we could use this tech in like the normal stuff, the normal content of the game, perhaps in adventures, I personally find it would be very, very like connected to the existing gameplay loop of just whacking bushes, and then suddenly like, oh, I have to whack more. It's different. It's interesting. And I was actually thinking for the dungeon, these would be big milestones. So I don't know, level 10, you find your first boss bush, you defeat it, and then it gives you like a bonus to something for the rest of that dungeon run until you get to the end of that tier. So it's a spectacle. And just something to keep it fresh, because I know one of the biggest complaints about the Lost Woods was this got monotonous. Same stuff, a little different. So this would kind of sculpt your adventure in each tier a little more. So you could be like, oh, Nelly, I did tier 50, and on level 50 was the biggest bush I done ever seen. And then you whacked it. Oh, I was also thinking, so like the different whacks would affect it differently. So like it's just one big bush. You can quick whack it, hit it like X many times, maybe like 6 times, you like run around it. You can man and whack it and it count as like 4 hits, but it would, I don't know, release extra goodies or something, or like stun it in some fun way. And then power whack, it would deal a hit for each power put into it, which would be a really useful method for using the power whack. If you're not a super big gambler, this would be a way to just like chew through big boss bush. It's fun. Anywho, that's me rambling on about the Flux dungeon tech I was working on. Yeah, Waxcrafter. A lot of the names that come up with this for this game can sound like innuendo, so it's, yeah. It's my favorite thing, telling people I work on Bushwhacker, and they're like, what the heck? What are you talking about? So anyway, that's the news. If I haven't gotten to your feedback at all during the stream, especially with my rambling, you can always post whatever you want, whatever I missed on the forums, or email Bushwhacker bw2support@codenameentertainment.com. And we do a weekly Q&A on the forums with the developer, so feel free to dial into there. Yeah. Whackcrafter, don't you dare say the masterful bait. I did it how Georgia did it, so I didn't say the bad word. Talking. So good. Just catching up on the chat here. Yeah, there's a VIP mount for sale. Don't know if that should be a thing. I'll double check that. I thought I caught most of them. Making a note. I'm so sad George is not here to fill the time when I'm doing things. And oh my god, yes please, Allie. Alex Bella says this is truly in this truly realistic game where you can hatch otters and eggs, it's important to be feeding the floaty. It's important that feeding a floaty is fed realistically. Quote of the stream. Thank you. I know you're joking, but I completely agree. Biscuits to Fortune says the biggest bush I've ever seen, a tree. I suppose a big bush would just be a tree. And maybe a small tree is a bush. Maybe you too will also get lucky and get a VIP mount in your unknown mount stuff. Odds are low. Flybaby, I've actually, that's on my list to add a bit more, not content, but yeah, guidance on the creature compendium pages, including a title page, maybe an index. and it can list all the pages you have and then titles on each of the pages. That's something I should be able to do without asking Georgia for more art, which is usually very... If I ask her for more art, it slows everything else down. So yeah, let me double check that's on the list. Let me double check that. Looking at my super secret spreadsheet of all suggestions ever made to the game ever. Compendium. Oh, someone said they wanted a shortcut button in the inventory to read the compendium. Good idea. A page out of total page, the page percent. Oh yeah, someone wanted, so in the bottom corner, like when you're reading a book, it says the page number, and it could also say how many pages there are total, and then somewhere a collection percent to say how many of the existing pages do you have. Love seeing that stuff. It's very compelling. And yeah, creature pages, maybe on the back of each page. Ooh. Ooh, there's no back of the pages, only fronts. Wildcrafter says, bush is small, tree is big. Tree can go into bush, bush can't go into tree. Wow. Facts. Real facts. Okay, so to fill the rest of the stream, I was thinking, I've done this a few times before, just bringing up some things that were brought in this week's forum Q&A. So that happened on Wednesday on the forums. Oh, maybe I should share the link to that. Seems respectable. Finding link. Oh god, it's right here. Why is this so hard? Don't judge me. Right here is a link to all the forum Q&As we've ever done. 3 massive pages. Okay, more like two and a bit. So we're on the 41st forum Q&A. So there was quite a bit of discussion, but some of the highlights I've picked out are that Sane's family brought up a familiar request to have categories in the ranch inventory and storage, and a search bar on the ranch store. So you've got these on the opposite thing. So currently the ranch store has categories and the ranch inventory and storage have a search bar. So they were saying we want to have both of those. We want both for both things. So that's been on the list for a while, just waiting for a quality of life update, focusing on the ranch in particular. So that is on the list. Apologies for delay. I know those would be very handy, especially when you don't know exactly what you're looking for in the store by name. No, the opposite. No, yeah. No, when you do know it by name, but you don't have the search bar to look for it, you have to fiddle through all the categories or just pan through it, and that's annoying. Oh, before I continue, Alex Beth says, I love the toggle trinket buttons, but would it be possible to tie pets to that too? I deliberated at length about including pets and mounts into trinket sets, and I decided not to. Do I remember why? Not exactly. Wait, maybe I have details. I have a computer here. Trinket sets. I'm hacking. Hacking the known database. No, 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 no. Oh, I did a poll. I did a poll asking if people wanted to include the pets and mounts. And most people said nar. But some people wanted it to be everything. So I actually think someone had mentioned, I think they mentioned just having an option, like you can toggle whether a set includes those are not, which I think is the solution that would make everybody happy. So that's currently where it's at, but it's not a hugely pressing thing. I've seen more requests for people to just have more trinket sets to work with. You have 5 and they want, I think 8, a whole bunch. But I don't know how much room in the UI there is for more than 5. Oh no, I haven't unlocked them in this account. I'm so lame. I mean, I guess we could pull this over and you could maybe have room for 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 more. Should bring you to like 9 or 10. That could be doable. Oh, but it's so balanced, as all things should be. But that'd be more things to spend your golden gems on, so maybe that's a brilliant idea. Whoever did that, you're brilliant. JPL, all caps, include pets and mounts. All right, I know which thing you're with. Elendriel, you're currently underwater with your floaty flamingo, and you captured a horse. Sounds legit. Yeah, welcome to. It's very realistic. Don't you ever say otherwise. I'm gonna go back to the underwater. Alex Beth says more would be great. Okay, well that's something to consider for the future quality of life update. I will add it to my list. You don't want to know how big this list is. It's too big. More trinket sets. Room for 4, 5? Question mark? Excellent. More trinket set slots. That's the words. I haven't done the SBAs. I'm kind of actually just cruising through, and I was gonna do SBAs on my way back. You can see I did most of the SBAs up until here. A few here. Sometimes they're just so neat and I can't help it, so I did like all of them here. I did these ones because I designed those for the zone, and I was like, fun. But yeah, I might just see how far I can get. Especially because if you take the slow route and do all the SBAs, you're going to get way more experience than you would if you didn't. So I kind of want to trailblaze and see if I still hit max level by the end of the content, or if that's something I'll need to do without. I imagine I will. I bet I'll hit max level, like high jungle. We'll see. Anywho, so your answer is no. I haven't done it. Is it good? Do you like it? That's your favorite SBA of all time? Well, I haven't even made it there. Is that the one where you have to... Spoilers. Don't listen. Where you have to talk to the mermaids. Talk to the mermaids. Uh-oh. Elendriel's in it. I didn't say anything. All right. Anyway, moving on. So Sane's family brought up the ranch thing. A few people, including Horse Dancer 1, Bobby, and Russell Denton, mentioned the frustration of losing mana and power from Questor Satchels when you're full. I get that. I hear that. You never want to waste anything. You'd rather just like go into some kind of extra storage, which was the suggestion. Just like to mention that I believe the expectation originally with this, with the Questor Satchel dropping that kind of stuff, was that you'd turn in the quests after you've finished them, after you'd finish your day's whacking. So you deplete your mana, power, reserves, and energy, and then you turn these in, you get your resources back. You get some energy, you get some mana and power. It kind of gives you a second win where you continue doing that. I know things are a little differently if you're at max level, but that was the original intent of that. So I'll still consider adding some kind of surplus storage. It would be very convenient, albeit. Could just be one of those growing pain things, because this game's over 9 years old, so things are different. Shamish mentioned 7-day crops having a worse yield than doing 24-hour crops for 7 days, the equivalent time. This is by design. The yields for all the crops are balanced around shorter-term crops yielding more, respective to their grow time, than longer-term crops. This is because the shorter-term crops require more effort and attention to manage than the longer-term ones. So the 7-day crops aren't the greatest, but they're better than not growing anything during that time. So you're much better off, if you have the time, plant things plant the shortest duration crop for the time you have available, and then do longer ones in between while you'll be AFK is typically the format. Why doesn't the trinket that turn extra mana into energy not work on the satchels? Because it's only for whacking pushes. I agree that's annoying. Yeah, so many negatives. I had to use like math for that. I actually really like the idea of having the more weird trinket effects proc, as they say in game terms, on things not to do with bushes or even like chain, because I think it's more fun and opens up more strategies with like, I'm gonna make a build that generates more nothings, but then I have all these other things that proc when nothing happens. Like, whoa, that's fun. But currently that's not how it works. I haven't thought about it too hard to see if that would be a good thing and if it would yield a bunch of weird chains in a exploity unbalanced way and not chains in a cool, fun way. But yeah, that's just how it is. Holy shoot, running out of time. 2 minutes. We've been cruising. Have I missed any questions? Answered this one. Answered this one. Cool. Okay. So another thing. Flybaby asked for counts to be shown next to your pet treat options when talking to Hank the farmhand. This is a good idea. I've noted it down for a future update. Should be pretty easy to toss in. And yeah, you definitely want to know that stuff. That's why we have the currencies thing in the store. I'm gonna burp. I burped. Flybaby also mentioned how painful it is, how painful it can be to find something in your inventory. There's a lot of stuff in there. You've been playing for 9 years. There's a lot of stuff in your inventory. It's hard to sort through. We only have like 5 tabs, so it's already on my list to have an easier way to sort through those. So you see you've got these tabs, but you're like, I want to use the thing that I got. Okay, is it a key item? I don't know. Oh my god, look at all this stuff. Runes especially are pretty bad because it's got the dusts and stuff in there too. Trinkets is absolutely awful. Oh. Well, I can't see. I think it's mostly key items. Because you got your drinks in here. What if you don't know what category it's going to be in? Anyway, yeah, searching stuff. Inventory. Better. Good. Oh, printmaker white shirt is on our list. A denim jacket. That's fun. Adding that. Oh god, I'm out of time. Oh god. Denim jacket. And there were a few other things mentioned on the forum Q&A. You can look back at that yourself. You can look at all of them. Everything we've ever talked about ever. You can dig it up to contradict me if I contradict myself, and we can have a discussion. It's all about having a discussion. So check that out. And with that, it's time to wrap up. That's all I have time for today. Thank you all for tuning in. It was my pleasure, maybe Sasha's pleasure too, to hear from each of you today. Great work on the submissions. I really enjoyed the submissions. I'm reading a script that says great work on the sketch, Georgia. I should probably edit this script. But the submissions were really good. That's also in here. You can tune in to the social media. We have a Facebook page and the forum where I'll post when we actually have the submission, the new coloring sheet ready next week. So probably next Tuesday. Because, why is it Tuesday? Because on Monday, it's a statutory holiday. Is it statutory? It's a holiday. So the office will be closed then. If I'm very late answering your tickets from this weekend, you'll know why. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you, Sasha, for moderating the chat. Thanks, Dylan and David, for handling the technical side. And to the whole C&E Gaming streaming crew. If you like art streams, do yourself a favor and check out Crusaders Weekly, Sketching Hour, and Griddled Champions on our channel. We also have added a whole bunch of new content, mostly related to Untitled Champions of the Forgotten Realms, but there's like a model painting stream, like a figurines. That's fun. That's art. You like art. Anywho, thank you again Be kind, be safe, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.